Johnny, I suppose just in terms of putting the Six Nations behind you, where is your head at in terms of parking that disappointment and treating this right now as a completely different tournament?
Yeah, that's where the challenge has been through the week, is sort of drawing a line under the Six Nations, realising that, look, obviously the new coaching team was assembled at the start of the year. We've had Six Nations together and we finished third, and that's just basically what we've just said, and we've lots of areas that we need to improve. But also we took some positives that we're not that far away. We created a lot of chances in the last game especially, and we just need to start capitalising on them. So but realistically, we finished third. That's the bottom line, and we've got to improve, and that's been what we've tried to do all week.
Part of that is parking the disappointment as well, which, your own performance, which I know you touched on last week. But has it been frustrating, Johnny, in the aftermath of that, with people questioning your own leadership and even talking about the captaincy? Is there part of that has just deeply frustrated you, and in a way it feels like it's I don't know what the word is, but maybe it's questioning your leadership in the wrong way?
No, because when you make a mistake, you've got to accept the consequences. So, look, I've had good chats with the management and stuff, and I've explained. I said this last week, so I'd rather that we didn't discuss it too much further. But like I said, if you make a mistake, you gotta bear the brunt of it. And yeah, if I've been getting criticism, well then that's what's happened, and I've got to move on. I've got to be better, and I'll try and be better in the future.
How quickly do you want to get back out on the pitch then? Because there's obviously a balance between everybody wanting to play these games and for you yourself wanting to get back out there and right some of those wrongs.
Yeah, that's it. It's just trying to get back out there, but ultimately we're never going to be able to make up for last Saturday. That's the hard thing about sport. Obviously we want to get better and we want to improve and we want to target this competition and try and win it, and then try and win next year's Six Nations. But it's one that got away, we felt, last weekend, because we didn't play to our potential, and now everything this week is about playing to our potential, and we're playing against a team that is obviously a lot better than their latest results have suggested, and they've had a couple of tight encounters that haven't gone their way as well. So two teams that will be hurting a little bit, or hurting a lot probably, and it'll be a really tough game come Friday.
Last one from me, just on their own results, Johnny, as well, and obviously, with a coaching department during the week as well. How do you view Wales in terms of the disarray that they may be in coming into this game?
I think because we know them so well. Like, I know the standard of player that they have. I know the standard of leader that they have. The quality of people that they have in their room, basically in their group. That they'll come out fighting. They're a good team. Sometimes you can go through a run of results like they have, and you're not that far away, but you just can't seem to get it together and at key moments. And like I said, we know the quality of player that they have and the people in their back room. So I'm sure they'll be much improved this week, and we hope that we will be too. So I'm sure it'll be a good game.
Johnny, how do you make the transition? Sorry, Sinead. Sinead, you go ahead there.
All right. Just a quick one, Johnny. You mentioned it there. What areas in particular are you looking to improve on against Wales?
Where do we start? Everything really. Like I said after the Italy game, we don't just finish a game and go, "Oh, we weren't that good in that department. We need to just work on that all week." We generally, look at all areas of our game and we try and improve in all. Even if some things go well, we still try and improve in it. We always try and find faults in our performance. So that's pretty much what the week has been. It's been very much going through all the parts of our game. Set plays, starter plays, our phase stuff, our attack in their 22, all that stuff needs to be better than it was last week. And our defence needs to be better. So every part of our game really.
Johnny, sorry, how do you transition from a situation where you're creating a lot of chances to actually executing and taking those chances?
It's a good question. That's rugby, isn't it? That's if everyone knew that, it would be easy. It's sometimes you can go out and you can take all the opportunities that you get, and you can win by 40, 50, and everything think it's great, and you go out and create the same opportunities against France, for example, and don't take a lot of them, and everything's terrible. So like, you look at the top class international games, and we've touched on it, there's a lot of errors on in most games. It's just who reacts best to them, and then who takes more chances than the others. So it's an area we've discussed, and where our minds are, as much as the physical things that we need to do. It's what were we thinking there? Why didn't we do that? And doing it together, I think, is the key, and that's what we've done this week.
Johnny, how's it going? Just for me, it's about the the kind of competition that's coming up for you guys. Like in terms of, like, it's a new competition. It might not, kick on in future years as well. But at the end of this Autumn Nations Cup, what would you have liked to have achieved? Would you want to win it? Of course, you're probably up to win the thing, but what would you have liked to have achieved as a team at the end of all this?
I think we'd have liked to have improved our performance levels and be consistent in it. We've had some. We're trying to just focus on, obviously, 2020, because it's a new team and new coaches, like I've said before, said a few times. So we tried to just focus on this campaign, and we had some great performances. We had some average, and we had a poor one, obviously, over in Twickenham, especially in the first half. And it's improving our consistency, over the next 4 games, making sure our performance level improves from last week, and then stays at a high level for week on week. We don't want to go like massive performance, massive dip, up and down. We need to get that level of consistency. Will that, sometimes that can come with being together a while. You looked at the sort of last Irish team under Joe. Like it took us a while to get that consistency, and then over a few years we were really consistent. Winning 4 out of 5 games in Six Nations, winning a Grand Slam. So we can get there. We know we can. We've got the people in our team, and we've got people in our backroom staff and the coaches that have top class coaches, top class people, and we can get that. We just need to stick together and like I said, view the Six Nations as a start for us, not a drag over from the previous campaigns.
And I suppose after that France game, a lot of the focus was on yourself and then on Jacob Stockdale as well. Just, I know you've kind of dealt with a lot of your stuff, but in terms, a lot of faith from you as a captain and him as a player and his ability to kind of, be a match winner and do the job at full back for you guys.
Yeah, I spoke to Jacob a couple of days ago, and he's been in good form. Obviously, last week was tough for a lot of guys, for everyone really. Like, you go into a big game and we don't perform as a team to the level that we wanted, and so it was a tough week last week. Guys were down, but guys have bounced back really well. And I spoke to him, and he's a great guy, Jacob, and he knows that some of the mistakes that he made on the day, you capitalise them into. There was one time he made a great line break and the ball just slipped out of his hand. It was a bar of soap. Another one where it's like fired at his feet, knocked on. Like those type of things, he'll get them the next day. And we just need him to keep being himself, because you saw what he can do against Italy. You've seen what he can do, especially a fullback over the season with Ulster. And even I remember a couple of years ago playing quarter-final against Leinster. He was probably the best player on the pitch that day. Outstanding in the air, attacking, so he's kept his confidence, I think, and we're looking forward to seeing his best on Friday night.
We'll take the last one in this section, folks. Okay, we're all good.